Had a question from a student this morning, and I thought I'd make a quick video to show the two different methods I gave them to answer their question, which was, what's a quick and easy way to pop the colors in your image and increase the contrast without doubling the file size and making more work for yourself? Because the method they were using was first thing they would do is duplicate the layer, change the blend mode of that duplicate layer to overlay or soft light, and then they drop the opacity. And as you can see, it does all that, but it also doubles the file size. And if you needed to retouch anything, if you wanted to get down any stray whatever, you'd need to do it on both layers. So then I showed them two alternative ways to do it that don't cause a hit in your file size and they're a bit quicker. First method would be to add an adjustment layer, and it can be any adjustment layer that would require you to move sliders to make a change. So for example, levels or curves, hue saturation, whatever. I'll choose hue saturation. Now the key is you don't need to make any changes to the adjustment layer. You just need to come down, change the blend mode to overlay, and drop the opacity to whatever you like. And you get the exact same effect without doubling your file size, and any retouching you need to do on the original image you wouldn't have to do on a copy. By the way, I should mention I have a setup on my system. When I bring images in, I'm not working on the original ever. I'm working on copies. So there's another reason you don't need to duplicate layers. If you don't work on the original image in the first place, you don't have to worry about it. The second method, and I'll delete that adjustment layer, the second method is to, if your object is a smart object or you've converted for smart filters, to use a smart filter layer. I'll hit Control L to apply a levels adjustment. I don't need to make any changes. I'm just going to say OK. And I'm going to come over and change the blend mode of the smart filter, not the layer, but the smart filter. And to do that, I'll click on this icon over here, and usually when you mouse over it, it'll tell you what it'll say. Double click to edit filter blending options. It's not going to do it now because I'm trying to make it, but double click on it, change the blend mode to overlay, drop the opacity, say OK, and again you have the exact same look, but you're not doubling your file size or adding to your retouching work. You can turn it on and off if you want. You can go back in and adjust it anytime. You have a smart filter mask if you needed to use it. This particular image you wouldn't really, but let me show you another image where you might want to use that mask. Now in this particular image, and both of these images are stock images, so no need to critique them because I didn't take them. But anyhow, sky's a little blah, and we want to try and bump up the colors a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use a smart filter, so image, adjustments, curves. I don't need to change the curves at all. I'm going to say OK. Double click to change the blending options. Now this time, instead of overlay or soft light, I want to bump up the sky. So this time I'm going to choose multiply. And immediately, sky's better. You can also see it makes the bottom a little bit too dark. So this is one of those instances where you might want to use a smart filter mask. So I'm going to click on the mask. Now I know a lot of people adjust the opacity and flow when they brush on, but I want to show a different way to do that that's non-destructive. I mean, technically doing it the other way is not non-destructive, but if you want to go back and make changes, you have to adjust the opacity and then paint on with black or white to fix things. So here's another way to do it. I'm going to set opacity and flow to 100%, and I'm going to brush on with black. And this isn't a tutorial on masking, so I'm not going to be real precise, but just enough to give you the idea here. Brush it on, and now it looks a little too light, so we got this three bears, too hot, too cold thing going on. Well, there's an easy way to fix that. I'm going to double click on the smart filter mask, and it brings up the properties box for the smart filter mask. And in there, one of the options that I can change is density, which is actually the same thing as opacity. So I can lower that. I'll take it all the way down to 0. That's in effect turning the mask off, back up to 100. But the gist is that I can put it somewhere in the middle, and then I'm okay. Let me alt click on the layer mask, or the smart filter mask, excuse me. Now I'm going to make that same adjustment so you can see what's going on. It's changing the opacity of the mask. So that's just a non-destructive way to do it. And again, took it all the way back up. Should probably go about there. So that's another way to use this method. Like I said, I use multiply to darken the sky up a little bit. If you had a different image, like say the sky was fine and the ground was too dark, you could use a blend mode screen and then mask off the sky. Basically do the opposite of what you've done here. So this is a quick and easy way to adjust your images without hitting the file size and without duplicating layers and adding to your work. Hope that helps.